Hi there, my name is Katherine Kimber and I am a registered dietitian, certified intuitive eating counsellor and founder of Nude Nutrition. And I'm on a mission to help people break out of a negative relationship with food so that they can find more food peace, food freedom and ultimately food happiness. And today I'm going to be sharing with you the story of Samantha, who is one of my clients. So let's take a look at her journey, her story, and how things went.
With difficulties I was facing before I reached out to support, I have been dealing with emotional eating, disordered eating for so long, for at least over 10 years. It was just a way for me to cope with how I was feeling, but it got to the point where it was very problematic cycles and uncontrollable eating, and also at times on the opposite spectrum of not thinking that I could eat a certain amount of calories, being afraid of certain foods over time that made me completely lose trust in my body and in eating in general. I got in this really weird place of all of a sudden starting to become obsessed with, well, if I wanna get down to my goal or have this perfect aesthetic, I need to control, or I need to do this. And when I found your page, I was like, does this exist? Like,
Yeah.
there's really, because I had heard of intuitive eating before. Like, do people actually like eat like that? Like, they're comfortable enough that they just like eat the way that they do. They don't have any like restrictions or meal plans. And I looked more into what you were about, and I was like, I need to try this out, and I need to see how this goes. And after we had spoken, it was one of those kind of like bell moments where I was like, this is what I want to do, that want to just enjoy my body and enjoy food, because food is such a big part of our lives. It's part of, our connections, our family, things that we like to do, to cook. And it's just, I wanted to get out of that cycle once and for all. And my concerns really was that I just wouldn't be able to break that cycle at all. I had been doing it for so long that it was something that I don't think I realized it, but I just became used to it. When I first started, like, my biggest concern was that, like, I just had no trust in my body and the way I was thinking. It felt like it was going against this ingrained belief or moral that I had that didn't make any sense. Something that we had spoken about a lot was just, one night I had already eaten my dinner and my fill for that day, and I still wanted more food. I wanted cereal or something, and I got so upset because in the past I have pushed those things down, because it's just like, okay, you've had your last meal of the day, you don't need anything else. And I finally was like, I'm just gonna have this thing that I'm asking for. And after that, it was like, it was silent, and there was no more. And I had the thing that I wanted. It was definitely a freeing moment for me, how to little by little trust yourself more and more when it comes to truly listening to what you want. Everything that I challenged and we worked on together, I believe, was the most important thing for me, because there were so many things, fundamental things that we would talk about that blew my mind. Like when we looked at our food, and like the things that are actually in meals that we don't think are good for us are actually really good for us. And like, we need all of those things in order for us to function and to also be happy and to feel nourished. I never thought that this would be who I am now. Like, I never thought that I would be this way. I thought that I would always be going through these cycles. Looking back on the things that I did to myself, and the ways that I would force myself to fit somewhere that I didn't need to fit, or to try and have such high expectations on myself that the only person that was doing that to myself was me. The moments I've been able to enjoy, like holidays and special times with my parents, that in the past, like, I haven't eaten that one thing I wanted. There's part of my identity that I also was able to get back, because it's like, I love food, I love to eat, I love to cook. With all these tools and going through this program with you, like, I feel like I have been able to get part of my life back. Absolutely recommend this to anybody that is questioning or feeling lost or doesn't know what to do. Would I rather be restrained, like, or restricted my entire life, or finally feel free and have the independence and also know that I loved myself enough to do the thing I was most afraid to do? And you're worth that. Like, you're worth going on the journey to, finding yourself and your identity again and having trust in yourself again. So thank you, because I wouldn't be here sitting with you and saying all this stuff without you and without everything you've done for me.